Are you feeling overwhelmed by difficult times that seem endless? You may have faith in God, yet it feels like no matter how hard you pray or fast, your situation doesn't improve. It's important to recognize that this feeling is not a reflection of any fault within you. You might simply be in a pruning season, a time when God is actively working to help you grow spiritually. Understanding the signs of this process can provide clarity about what God is doing in your life and why you might be facing these challenges. Pruning is a concept that many people relate to when they think of gardening. Just as a gardener carefully trims and prunes plants to encourage healthier growth, God works in our lives to remove old habits, unhealthy relationships, and other aspects that hinder our spiritual development. This process can often feel painful because it involves letting go of things we are accustomed to. However, it is essential for our spiritual growth. This is not a process reserved solely for new believers. Even those who have been following Christ for many years can find themselves in a pruning season. God desires for you to produce good fruit in your life, so He meticulously removes anything that may be holding you back from reaching your full potential. One of the primary signs that you are in a pruning season is the presence of tests and trials in your life. These challenges are not intended to break you down, but are designed to strengthen you and help you grow in your faith. Think of these difficulties as opportunities to rely on God more profoundly. For instance, you might be experiencing financial hardships that teach you to trust God more than you depend on others. Although these tests can be incredibly challenging, they are part of God's plan to prepare you for the unique purpose He has in store for you. Embracing these challenges can lead to deeper faith and reliance on God's provision. Another significant sign that you are undergoing pruning is the transformation of your lifestyle. When you become a believer, your spirit is renewed, but old habits and ways of thinking often linger. God helps you shed these old behaviors that no longer align with your new life in Him. You may notice changes in your reactions to situations. Perhaps you find yourself more patient or less quick to anger. Certain activities that once brought you joy may no longer appeal to you. These changes are indicators that God is at work in your heart, guiding you toward becoming the person He has created you to be. In addition to changing your habits, God often shifts your priorities during this pruning season. Just as the disciples left their jobs and families to follow Jesus, you may find yourself increasingly focused on what God desires rather than your personal ambitions. This shift can lead to a greater desire to serve others and fulfill God's purposes. During this time, you might encounter resistance from those around you, including feelings of inadequacy or doubt about your journey. However, these challenges are not obstacles, but stepping stones on your path, helping you grow stronger and align more closely with God's purpose for your life. Pruning is crucial not only for spiritual growth, but also for character development. It shapes you and allows you to bear the fruits of the Spirit, such as love, joy, peace, and patience. This transformation doesn't occur overnight. It requires time, patience, and a willingness to cooperate with God's process. God aims to remove the negative aspects of your life to create space for the good things He wants to cultivate within you. Ultimately, He is preparing you for the special tasks and callings He has designed for you. By letting go of the old, you make room for new growth and opportunities. As you navigate this pruning season, it's vital to remain hopeful and trust in God's plan for your life. Although the process may seem daunting, Remember that God is with you every step of the way. He understands your struggles and wants you to lean on Him for strength and guidance. Seek comfort in prayer and immerse yourself in His Word, allowing His truths to renew your mind and spirit. This practice will help you gain clarity during times of uncertainty and remind you that you are not alone. It's also essential to surround yourself with a supportive community during this time. Engaging with fellow believers who understand the challenges of spiritual growth can provide encouragement and accountability. Sharing your experiences and listening to others can foster a sense of belonging and help you see that pruning is a common part of the Christian journey. As you witness how others navigate their own seasons of pruning, you may find inspiration and strength for your own journey. Additionally, take time to reflect on the lessons you are learning during this season. Journaling can be a powerful tool for processing your thoughts and emotions. Writing down your experiences allows you to track your growth and recognize how far you've come. It also serves as a reminder of God's faithfulness in your life. When you look back and see how God has worked through your trials, it can encourage you to trust Him even more deeply as you continue through the pruning process. In conclusion, if you are currently in a tough season that feels unending, remember that you might just be in a pruning phase that God is using to help you grow spiritually. Recognizing the signs of pruning, such as tests, lifestyle changes, and shifting priorities, can provide insight into what God is doing in your life. Embrace this process, knowing that it is essential for your spiritual maturity and character development. Although it may be challenging, God is preparing you for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Trust in His timing and plan, and allow Him to shape you into the person He created you to be. With faith and perseverance, you will emerge from this season more fruitful and aligned with God's will for your life. To fully embrace this season of pruning, it is crucial to be willing to submit to God's work in your life. Many Christians struggle with this idea, as they often desire the blessings and rewards of faith without the accompanying hardships and challenges. We live in a culture that tends to prioritize comfort and immediate gratification, which can make the process of pruning feel daunting. However, it is vital to recognize that these challenges are not just obstacles to overcome. They are essential components of your spiritual growth. When you trust God and allow Him to prune you, you will find yourself transforming into the person He intends you to be, prepared for all the wonderful things He has planned for your future. The journey of faith is often a winding road filled with highs and lows. There are moments of joy, peace, and fulfillment, but there are also times of difficulty, doubt, and pain. It's during these tougher times that God works the most profoundly in our lives. Pruning is a spiritual process that can involve removing unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, and even certain aspirations that do not align with God's purpose for you. While this might feel uncomfortable or painful, it's important to understand that this discomfort is a sign of growth. Just as a gardener must cut back plants to encourage new and healthy growth, God, as the master gardener, seeks to shape your life in a way that leads to spiritual maturity and fruitfulness. The metaphor of clay and a potter beautifully illustrates this concept. Think of yourself as a lump of clay in the hands of a skilled potter. The potter has a vision for what the clay can become, but the clay must be willing to be shaped and molded. If the clay resists and fights against the potter's hands, it will not transform into the beautiful vessel intended. In a similar way, when we allow God to prune us, even when it feels uncomfortable, we open ourselves up to spiritual growth and the realization of our true potential. This process also requires patience, as we often want things to happen on our timeline. Learning to wait for God's timing is a vital lesson, one that teaches us to trust Him more fully and to appreciate the journey as much as the destination. As you submit to this pruning process, you will experience personal transformation. This transformation can manifest in many ways. God will help you turn weaknesses into strengths, enabling you to grow into a better version of yourself. However, it's essential to recognize the risks of prematurely exiting this process. If you choose to pull away from God's shaping hand too soon, you may find yourself caught between wanting to follow Him and slipping back into old, unhelpful habits. This instability can lead to confusion and frustration, leaving you feeling lost and disconnected from your faith. Staying in God's care and allowing Him to shape you not only brings blessings, but also leads to a deeper understanding of joy, purpose, and peace, both in this life and the promise of eternity. Enduring the pruning process offers numerous benefits. One significant advantage is the confidence you gain in approaching God with your needs and desires. When you allow God to work within you, you develop a stronger resistance to negative influences and temptations. This newfound strength can empower you to make better choices, leading to a more fulfilling life. Additionally, God instills in you a sense of true meaning and purpose, helping you understand the unique calling He has for your life. Knowing that you are part of a larger plan can be incredibly motivating and provides a sense of direction that often leads to greater fulfillment. The experiences gained during this time of growth not only enrich your life, but also position you to inspire others. As you navigate your own challenges, you become a beacon of hope for those who may be facing similar trials. Your story of overcoming difficulties through faith can encourage others to trust in God's plan for their lives. By sharing your journey, you contribute to a community of believers who uplift and support one another, creating a cycle of encouragement and resilience. Ultimately, embracing God's pruning process is a profound testament to His love for us. It reveals His dedication to helping us grow into the best versions of ourselves. Trusting in God's plan can be especially challenging during times of trial, but it is essential. When faced with difficulties, approaching this journey with an open heart can lead to a transformative experience. Allowing God to guide you as you navigate life can strengthen your relationship with Him. Through prayer and a willingness to listen, you can develop a deeper connection to God, which prepares you not only for the blessings that await, but also ensures that you are in alignment with His will. Additionally, it's important to remember that this pruning process is not merely about enduring hardship, it's about embracing the transformation that comes through it. As you allow God to work in your life, you may begin to notice subtle changes in how you think, act, and react to the world around you. For instance, situations that once triggered anger or frustration may become opportunities for patience and understanding. Relationships that felt strained may begin to heal as you approach them with a renewed perspective. These changes are signs of the pruning process at work, helping you grow closer to the person God created you to be. Moreover, embracing the pruning process can lead to deeper insights into your relationship with God. During challenging times, you may find yourself leaning more heavily on prayer and scripture, These practices can provide comfort and guidance, allowing you to hear God's voice more clearly. As you grow spiritually, you will begin to experience a sense of peace that transcends your circumstances. This peace comes from knowing that you are in God's hands and that He is actively working in your life for your good. In conclusion, fully embracing the season of pruning requires a willingness to submit to God's work in your life. This process, though often uncomfortable, is necessary for spiritual growth and transformation. By trusting in God's plan and allowing Him to guide you, you will become the person He intended you to be, ready for the blessings He has in store for you. Remember, the challenges you face are not merely obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Each trial is a step on your journey toward fulfillment, purpose, and spiritual maturity. As you navigate this process, keep your heart open, lean into God, and trust that He is shaping you into a beautiful vessel, ready to fulfill His plan for your life.